My voice. Burp is of course. Belakang? No, and if, no if, no if. Yeah. Today we're doing a little experiment. This is the 2018 iPad Pro and this is the Macbook Air M1 that was released near the end of last year. Now, even though the iPad Pro is already about 3 years old, it has never failed me. So today we're going to be finding out whether this iPad Pro can keep up with the Macbook Air M1 when it comes to editing videos. But before we start, this video is brought to you by Good Deals by KLGG, our official e-store where you can get all kinds of awesome gadgets. You can even enjoy 0% installment payments with IOU Pay when you use your credit or debit card for any products that is priced RM100 and above. Visit the link down below for more information. Now we need apps that are available on both the iPad and the MacBook, so I'll be using Premiere Rush as the layout is quite similar and you can sync between devices. I will also be testing Imovie since it's an Apple app, but unlike Premiere Rush, Imovie is more limited on the iPad as compared to the MacBook. Okay, so we're starting with transferring files. So of course, doing that on the MacBook is super easy. Now, if we're talking about 5 years back, it would have been a hassle to transfer huge files to your iPads, but now you can just use a dongle and connect your hard drive to the iPad Pro just like that. Thanks to iPadOS 13.4, you can even connect your mouse to the iPad, so it seems more like a laptop. But if your files is already on the MacBook or your iPhone, then you can just airdrop them. Embrace your inner Apple. Okay, so let's start with Premiere Rush. Editing feels the same on both devices, especially if you have a mouse with you. The videos we're editing here are shot in 4K 30 frames per second and it's almost 9 minutes long. You may find it a little bit time consuming if you're relying on touchscreen and Apple Pencil for the iPad, but I'm sure those who are used to it can edit just as quickly as those who are using the MacBook. The only difference I found so far is when you click onto transition speed. So on the iPad, it'll pop up and you have to adjust the slider or key in the number, but on the MacBook, you can just change it on the spot. And for those of you who didn't know, Premiere Rush is already running natively on the M1 MacBook Air. Okay, so now we're going to export the project. So on the MacBook, you can export up to 4K 60 frames per second, but on the iPad Pro, you're limited to 4K 30. Or if you actually select this 4K match frame rate, I think it should bring you to 60 frames per second if your video is shot at 60 frames per second. The iPad Pro rendered faster than the MacBook M1, which should be shocking, but here's why. So the file size on the iPad Pro is smaller as compared to the one on the MacBook, even though it's the same project with same video and audio files. On the iPad, the file size is 2.5 GB and on the MacBook is 4.9 GB. I was digging for answers and finally I asked for help from Adobe support. So the first issue is the color profiles. Apparently, the MacBook has a wider color profile as compared to the iPad Pro, which causes the change in file size. But if you're using a monitor with a higher color range, you should be able to see the difference. Another difference is the bitrate. So there's a huge difference in bitrate and unfortunately, there's still no answer from Adobe on how to get the files to export similarly. So we can't really say that the iPad Pro is faster at exporting. I believe if they are both exporting files at the same size, the MacBook Air would have been faster even if it's by a narrow margin. Now we're moving on to Imovie. So editing tools are lesser on the iPad than the MacBook. Color correction features are more extensive on the MacBook and you can even do things like stabilizing shaky videos and reducing background noise. Imovie on the iPad is like a simpler version, a light version, so it's something you want to use if you need an on-the-go editing app. Okay, when it comes to exporting, we face similar issues. So export settings on Imovie is actually even more limited than on Premiere Rush. And while Imovie on MacBook shows the resolution, quality, and compression settings, you only get to choose the resolution on the iPad's Imovie. Everything else is set for you. So the only thing we can do is adjust the quality on the MacBook for the file size to be similar to the one on the iPad. If we set it to the highest quality, the MacBook file is once again much larger. So we had to adjust the quality so that the files are almost same size. It's basically a 3-minute video that's about 600 MB. And both devices exported very quickly, but the MacBook finished a few seconds earlier. So now we know, the MacBook Air, awesome. The 2018 iPad Pro, still a powerful device. I won't say it's on par, but it's a great alternative for when you don't have your laptop with you. It's just a pity that the files exported are at a lower quality than when you do it on a laptop. Well, that's it for our video today. If you like this video and you found it useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel KLGadgetTV, and I'll see you in the next one.